Hello, this is Imagine, and tonight I would like to share with you a list from one of my favorite websites. It's a list by David Barton, and his website is wallbuilders.com. It's America's most biblically hostile U.S. president, and all the points and evidence documenting this fact. When one observes President Obama's unwillingness to accommodate America's 4-century-long religious conscience protection through its attempts to require Catholics to go against their own doctrines and beliefs, one is tempted to say that he is anti-Catholic, but that characterization would not be correct. Although he has recently singled out Catholics, he has equally targeted traditional Protestant beliefs over the past 4 years. So, since he has attacked Catholics and Protestants, one is tempted to say that he is anti-Christian. But that too would be inaccurate. He has been equally disrespectful in his appalling treatment of religious Jews in general and Israel in particular. So perhaps the most accurate description of his antipathy towards Catholics, Protestants, religious Jews, and the Jewish nation would be to characterize him as anti-biblical. And then, when his hostility toward biblical people of faith is contrasted with his preferential treatment of Muslims and Muslim nations, it further strengthens the accuracy of the anti-biblical descriptor. In fact, there have been numerous clearly documented times when his pro-Islam positions have been the cause of his anti-biblical actions. Listed below in chronological order are 4 points. 1. Numerous records of his attacks on biblical persons or organizations. 2. Examples of the hostility toward biblical faith that have become evident in the past 3 years in the Obama-led military. 3. A listing of his open attacks on biblical values. And finally, number 4, a listing of numerous incidents of his preferential difference for Islam's activities and positions, including letting his Islamic advisors guide and influence his hostility toward people of biblical faith. Starting with number 1, acts of hostility toward people of biblical faith. April 2008, Obama speaks disrespectfully of Christians, saying they cling to guns or religion and have an antipathy to people who aren't like them. Quote, February 2009, Obama announces plans to revoke conscience protection for health workers who refuse to participate in medical activities that go against their beliefs and fully implements the plan in February 2011. April 2009, when speaking at Georgetown University, Obama orders that a monogram symbolizing Jesus' name be covered when he is making his speech. May 2009, Obama declines to host services for the National Prayer Day, a day established by federal law at the White House. April 2009, in a deliberate act of disrespect, Obama nominated 3 pro-abortion ambassadors to the Vatican. Of course, the pro-life Vatican rejected all 3. October 19, 2010. Obama begins deliberately omitting a phrase about the Creator when quoting the Declaration of Independence, an omission he has made no less than 7 times. November 2010, Obama misquotes the national motto, saying it is E pluribus unum rather than In God We Trust, as established by federal law. January 2011, after a federal law was passed to transfer a World War I memorial in the Mojave Desert to private ownership, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled that the cross in the memorial could continue to stand, but the Obama administration refused to allow the land to be transferred as required by law and refuses to allow the cross to be re-erected as ordered by the court. February 2011. Although he filled posts in the State Department for more than 2 years, Obama did not fill the post of Religious Freedom Ambassador, an official that works against religious persecution across the world. He filled it only after heavy pressure from the public and from Congress. April 2011. For the first time in American history, Obama urges passage of a non-discrimination law that does not contain hiring protections for religious groups, forcing religious organizations to hire according to federal mandates, without regard to the dictates of their own faith, thus eliminating conscious protection in hiring. August 2011, the Obama administration releases its new healthcare rules that override religious conscience protections for medical workers in the areas of abortion and contraception. November 2011, Obama opposes inclusion of President Franklin Roosevelt's famous D-Day prayer in the World War II memorial. November 2011. Unlike previous presidents, Obama studiously avoids any religious references in his Thanksgiving speech. December 2011. The Obama administration denigrates other countries' religious beliefs as an obstacle to radical homosexual rights. January 2012, the Obama administration argues that the First Amendment provides no protection for churches and synagogues in hiring their pastors and rabbis. February 2012, the Obama administration forgives student loans in exchange for public service, but announces it will no longer forgive student loans if the public service is related to religion. Now we're going on to section number 2, which is acts of hostility from the Obama-led military toward people of biblical faith. June 2011, the Department of Veterans Affairs forbids references to God and Jesus during burial ceremonies at Houston National Cemetery. August 2011, the Air Force stops teaching the just war theory to officers in California because the course is taught by chaplains and is based on a philosophy introduced by St. Augustine in the 3rd century AD, a theory long taught by civilized nations across the world, except America now. September 2011, Air Force Chief of Staff prohibits commanders from notifying airmen of programs and services available to them from chaplains. September 2011, the Army issues guidelines for Walter Reed Medical Center stipulating that no religious items, for example, Bibles, reading material, and/or facts, are allowed to be given away or used during a visit. November 2011, the Air Force Academy rescinds support for Operation Christmas Child, a program to send holiday gifts to impoverished children across the world because the program is run by a Christian charity. November 2011, the Air Force Academy pays $80,000 to add a Stonehenge-like worship center for pagans, druids, witches, and Wiccans. February 2012, the U.S. Military Academy at West Point disinvites 3-star Army General and decorated war hero Lieutenant General William G. Jerry Boykin, retired, from speaking at an event because he is an outspoken Christian. February 2012, the Air Force removes God from the patch of Rapid Capabilities Office. The word on the patch was in Latin, DEI, D-E-I. It's gone now. February 2012, the Army orders Catholic chaplains not to read a letter to parishioners that their Archbishop asked them to read. Okay, now we're going on to number 3. Acts of hostility toward biblical values. January 2009, Obama lifts restrictions on U.S. government funding for groups that provide abortion services or counseling abroad, forcing taxpayers to fund pro-abortion groups that either promote or perform abortions in other nations. January 2009, President Obama's nominee for Deputy Secretary of State asserts that American taxpayers are required to pay for abortions and that limits on abortion funding are unconstitutional. March 2009, the Obama administration shut out pro-life groups from attending a White House-sponsored healthcare summit. March 2009, Obama orders taxpayer funding of embryonic stem cell research. March 2009, Obama gave $50 million for the UNFPA, the UN population agency that promotes abortion and works closely with Chinese population control officials who use forced abortions and involuntary sterilization. May 2009, the White House budget eliminates all funding for absence-only education and replaces it with comprehensive sexual education repetitivity. Proven to increase teen pregnancies and abortion, he continues the deletion in subsequent budgets. May 2009, Obama officials assemble a terrorism dictionary calling pro-life advocates violent and charging that they use racism in their criminal activities. 2009, the Obama administration illegally extends federal benefits to same-sex partners of foreign service and executive branch employees in violation of the Federal Defense of Marriage Act. September 2009, the Obama administration appoints as EEOC Commissioner Chai Feldman, who asserts that society should not tolerate any private beliefs, including religious beliefs, if they may negatively affect homosexual equality. July 2010. The Obama administration uses federal funds in violation of federal law to get Kenya to change its constitution to include abortion. August 2010, the Obama administration cuts funding for 176 absence education programs. September 2010, the Obama administration tells researchers to ignore a judge's decision striking down federal funding for embryonic stem cell research. February 2011, Obama directs the Justice Department to stop defending the Federal Defense of Marriage Act. March 2011, the Obama administration refuses to investigate videos showing Planned Parenthood helping alleged sex traffickers get abortions for victimized underage girls. 2011, July, Obama allows homosexuals to serve openly in the military, reversing a policy originally instituted by George Washington in 1778. September 2011, the Pentagon directs that military chaplains may perform same-sex marriage at military facilities in violation of the Federal Defense of Marriage Act. 2011, October, the Obama administration eliminates federal grants to the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops for their extended programs that aid victims of human trafficking because the Catholic Church is anti-abortion. And last, number 4, acts of preferentialism for Islam. 2009, Obama does not host any National Day of Prayer event at the White House. He does not host White House iftar dinners in honor. He does host Ramadan. 2010, Christian leader Franklin Graham is dissident from Pentagon's National Day of Prayer because it complements Muslims' community. And I have a few more points, but I'm running out of time right now. Please go and check out wallbuilders.com. David Barton is one of our American Patriot heroes who's done a wonderful job at putting together one of the best websites with the greatest education and evidence to support this list. Many of these actions are literally unprecedented. This is the first time they've been happened in 4 centuries of the American history. The hostility of President Obama toward biblical faith and values is without equal from any previous American president. Thank you for listening. God bless you all. Good night.